Okay, good morning, good morning, good morning. It's another great Friday morning with Ronnie's radio show. We're going to get right to it. Only got 15 minutes and it'll be flying by. Okay, I've got another special guest. This is a really good friend of mine. We was in college together, Parkland College. Man, played a lot of ball, played with them guys up at U of I. They was big as hell. They was very big, but, we played them. This is my boy, Mike Robinson. Introduce yourself.
What's going on, everybody? Good morning. I'm Mike Robinson, personal trainer.
Okay.
My boy Tyron invited me out to the show, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Oh, no problem. Hey, this goes way back. This goes about 10-some years. Look, now we're going to get right into it. We're going to get into the importance of physical fitness in our black community. I'm pretty sure, Mike, you got a lot of great things you want to tell us, and a lot of great tips and health tips and reasons why we need to look more into it. Now, I remember back when we was hooping, I was always way, way, way small. I was always small. Now, you was
Right.
a bit bigger than me, though. But I've seen the journey from how much did you weigh when we was hooping? Do you remember that?
Man, I had to be about 140, 145.
Yep, I'm 140 now. Back then, I know I was probably 100. Oh, bro. But
Right.
okay, so if you was I've seen the journey from you 140 to now. What do you weigh now? And it's pure muscle.
So at this point, I'm sitting at about 186.
186. Now, how many pounds is that? My mouth ain't too good right
It's
now.
like 41
That's
41 pounds from 145 to 180, 186.
Okay, and how long did it take for you to get to that?
It took me about, I want to say, 3 to 4 years to get to where I need to be. Because as I started, I wasn't really big on the nutrition part about things.
Right.
So I always wanted to be big, and I always wanted to, look like something. So I got tired of being this small, scrawny guy. So
Right.
every like from that point on, when I got tired of like being this small, scrawny guy, I just started hitting the gym, doing push-ups at Parkland.
Yeah, I remember
you
that.
would be the first person to know that.
Yeah, I definitely remember when you used to in the room. We used to pick the rug up, everything, hit your little push-ups. You was doing. To me, I'm like, this dude is doing all of this for what? Oh, bro, for what? But it's crazy because now,
Yeah,
look,
man, I just got fed up with being that small guy. I told myself I was tired of it, so I just started doing like 200 push-ups a night. But clearly, that wasn't. It was working a little. I mean, I got some newbie gains, as they call it.
okay,
But I didn't get that size that I really wanted because the nutrition aspect wasn't behind it. So when I really started learning how to eat and stuff like that, I could really see my results coming.
okay. So the nutrition that's a major point in getting to Apex Fitness. A lot of people. I see. I was talking to a good friend of mine the other day about it, and it was a joke. We were saying, I'm like, a lot of people want to fix their body or whatever, and tone down, but they don't want to exercise. They want to do all these supplements and all these things that say they're going to burn the fat off, but they
Right.
will not exercise. And I think that's a very good, a very important part of it. But I'm not a physical trainer, so I'm pretty sure you can give us way more on that than I can.
So check this out.
Okay.
It's easy to go to the gym. That's the easy part. But the diet is the part that people have a lot of problems with.
Okay.
Because when it comes to that diet, I mean, it's way harder. You have to know what to eat. You have to know how much to eat, how many times a day to eat, how much water to drink, to consume a day.
Uh-huh.
So it's hard. Getting up and going to the gym, that's easy. Everybody do that every New Year. They first 3 months, that's their New Year's resolution. I want to be this, I want to be that, and then they fall off.
Right.
They
That's
see
true.
no results because they're not eating right at the beginning of it.
And you say water intake.
So
How much water do
they
you
go
take
to
in?
Say that again.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was asking you because water intake, that kind of caught me. How much water do you take in? Because I know I don't drink as much water as I should, even though I'm not exercising or anything like that. But granted, I definitely want to. But how much water is what do you think the basic line is? How much water should I intake?
I would say about a gallon of water a day.
A gallon?
Just to make things easier. Yeah, to make things easier for yourself, just go buy a whole gallon of water. Don't try to do it by cups. Don't try to do bottles of water. Just get a whole gallon and carry that around with you.
You know what? Because it
That's
does.
how you'll know you will definitely be taking in your gallon a day.
Exactly, because you're right. Because with cups and bottles and things like that, it gets you to a counting point. And I've heard is you need 8 cups of water. Man, I get to cup 3 and I'm thinking I'm good, and then I'm feeling full, and I can't get past that. It's like 8 cups.
Right.
Who is drinking 8 cups of water?
Exactly.
And you saying a gallon?
Yeah.
Now that's crazy because I could sit up and drink 2 liters down, but it's like water for some reason is heavier to me or something. I don't know. But how does that, how does the water help you mostly? How does it help you?
Well, water, we know, we're 70% water. So
Exactly.
water is the tunnel. So you drink water to allow your nutrients to go through your body. Without water, there's no way that you're going to be provided with the appropriate nutrients to go through your body.
Ooh, see,
to give you that healthy lifestyle.
Okay, see.
So if you're eating right, but
Uh-huh.
but you're not drinking a proper amount of water, you're just going to hold on to that food and be bloated.
Right, and the
And
nutrients
that's something you don't want to do.
aren't going where they need to go. That's crazy because, see, me, I like to learn. You know me, I'm a nerd. I like that. What I never thought about, of course, we always think water, hydration, of course, and that's very important. Well, that's really all we really think about. But I never, and I knew that at one point, of course, but I forgot that is how nutrients travel through our body, and our blood is water, and everything is composed of water.
You got to take in water. A great amount of water every day.
Okay. So you about a gallon of water. So carry about my gallon of water. Okay. So when did you really start to get into the physical fitness, and when did you make that decision? Like, hey, maybe these push-ups aren't enough. I need to go ahead and really go full throttle.
So let me explain to you how I initially wanted to start working out, period.
Okay.
And wanted to get big.
Okay.
So it was an interesting situation. So I'm at home one day.
All right.
And my girlfriend, who is now my wife.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to her.
Pardon me. Congratulations on that. I've been hearing that same name since we was first met in college, and that's the God's honest truth. So I got to commend you for that. I got to.
Appreciate that. So, like I was saying, we were playing in the room one day, just like play wrestling.
Right.
So she called me like skinny or something like that. Get your little skinny, scrawny.
I remember this story.
Since that point on, I'm like, what?
Right.
Man, I just took it to heart, man. That next day, I started doing 200 push-ups a day. Man, so like 2 weeks after that, I'm looking out in the mirror. I see a little bit of results. What you think about it now?
Right.
What's up? You know what I'm saying? So that's just what really molded me into this fitness world and what I am today. So I just want to thank her for that. She played a big part in that.
Yeah, because I definitely
she hadn't said that, I probably would have never
did that.
This working out thing, man.
Man, so if she'd have never said that, hey, you know what? That's good. You need that kind of fire, that kind of push, So again, I congratulate you on your union. Okay, so I seen that you did a tournament, a competition with a bodybuilding guy. You was doing your thing. I was up there all strong, and man, tell me about that.
Okay, so one of my guys from the neighborhood that I grew up in.
Okay.
He became a professional bodybuilder with the men's physique division. His name is Jamal Everett. Shout out to him.
Okay.
AFBB Pro. So I see him after a while on his social media page.
Uh-huh.
And this guy, man, he was scrawny. He was just like me last time I seen him. So I see him like 5 years later. Man, this dude is huge. I'm like, man. I'm like, how, man? So I instantly, you know what I'm saying, I DM'd him on the social media like, bro, how did you get this big, man?
Right.
So he gave me the pregame and, you know what I'm saying, told me what to do, what to eat, things like that. So from that point on, I was like, man, maybe I could do a show. So I started lifting. I started eating. I got a little bit of size on me, and at that point, I was like, man, so how do I do this cutting part? So I started doing research on that because for the show, you have to cut down in order to place well.
Okay.
It's not about how big you are and how strong you are. It's a men's physique show, so they're judging you based on your physique.
And what, right.
So whoever looks the best.
Okay.
In a sense. So, yeah, from that point on, man, I just wanted to do a show. I did the novice division because, that was my first time doing it. So I competed against all first-time guys.
Uh-huh.
I placed second, and it took a lot of consistency, sacrifice, dedication, man, to do that.
And I'm just
proud of myself for being able to take that road and make those things happen, man.
My boy, I was proud of you seeing it because, again, I'm telling you, I've watched the road. I've seen the road, man, and I know it takes. Yeah. And I did I've done again. I say this because it's my truth. I've lived on both sides of the law. I've been, when I went to prison, I was 126 and all. Now I gained maybe nothing. I gained maybe 14, 15 pounds in the stint of me being there. But I did work out. I did work out pretty much, but of course, it was nothing compared to what and what you all doing. It was nothing like that, but it was still so hard for me. So that's why I know how hard that had to be for you to go from that size to the size you are now and the strength you got now. I know how hard that was.
Man. It's going to take a lot of time. It's going to take a lot of time. That's the biggest thing.
Right.
And just dedication, man. You got to tell yourself every day when you wake up, man, I want to do this. This is what I want to do. This is what I'm putting my heart to. And just go full force with it.
Okay. So tell me about what's a regular dinner for Michael Robinson look like with your fitness and all that. What you eating?
A regular go-to meal for me would be something like salmon, rice, and asparagus.
Salmon, rice, and asparagus. How much? You're a big guy now. How much of that are you eating?
So about 6 ounces of salmon. I probably do like a half a cup of rice and about 5 spears of asparagus for a regular meal.
That's crazy how you really throwing out measurements. I cannot. I don't know how much 6 ounces of salmon is, my boy. I literally don't. Like, so what is that? Is that maybe? I'm gonna just take a wild guess here. What is that? Maybe 2 fillets, maybe?
No, it's 1 fillet.
Oh, it's one.
It depends on the size of the. It depends on what salmon.
But a thick fillet, huh?
Yeah, it's a thick piece. Yeah.
Okay. And asparagus. About how many stalks of asparagus you eating?
About 5 or 6 spears of it.
Okay.
So, the little strips.
Okay, so all right. That does sound good. Do the sodium and salt and what you put on it? Does that also count? How does that work against or for you?
So you can use the salt, but I generally don't use the salt. I usually put like some hot sauce or something on there for taste.
Oh right.
And we also know that hot sauce contains sodium, but you don't want to double down and put salt and hot sauce.
Oh, okay, right.
And what the water is doing is flushing out all the sodium. So that's why you need to consume that gallon a day. If you don't consume it, then you're gonna be walking around. Gonna be walking around real bloated and looking plump.
Okay. Now we're getting down to the salt. Okay, we're getting down to the end of our interview. Look, I want to ask you what was it? Oh, I want to ask you about your business. I know that of course, you're looking into going into business with this because you're a great motivator. So, I'm knowing personal training. You're great at it. Tell me something about that.
So, I really started this business thing, I want to say about a year ago.
Okay.
When I really felt that I had enough knowledge about fitness. And
that's important. Right.
Yeah. So, my first clients were people at my school, like my teacher and my principal and things like that. So I was working them out at school, and I saw them change. So I'm like, maybe I can do this for other people in the world. So I started going outside my job and getting other clients, and I felt like this is my calling and something that I'm good at. So I said, why not help others look the way that I look and look the way that I made these other people look.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it's about helping others. So, and this is what I wanted to do with my life. and it turned out for the best for me.
Okay.
So we're working. I'm trying to make something big with this. I'm trying to start my own gym eventually.
Exactly.
And just be able to help people on a bigger level.
Well, man, I'm glad to hear all of that, man. Black man and black man. Me, Tyron, as your friend, man. Look, you're great at it. You're doing your thing. You got the determination, man. You got the knowledge, like you said. You waited till you had the right knowledge. You got it, man. So I'm already knowing, once you start this business and do your thing, man, you're going to off to the moon it goes. Hey, look, it's the end of our interview, man. I really appreciate you and you sit down talking to me about this and taking the time out so others can know and maybe look into this fitness thing, and again, do you want to drop any of your hashtags or at names or anything like that, any social media or anything?
Yeah, before I do that, I just want to let everybody know I got another show coming up July 4th, I believe it is.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be at the Tinley Park Convention Center.
Okay.
It's a Chicago Pro, the same show I competed in last time, but this time I'm going to be competing against guys that's been there before.
Okay.
So this is going to be the open division.
Uh-huh.
And I'm looking forward to that, man. I'm looking forward to all support.
Okay.
Everybody that want to know something, that want to just come and see me do my thing, man, just be there.
Oh, yeah.
I appreciate it.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna be hit you up by then. Look, my boy, again, like I said, I appreciate you. It's time for me to go. Hey, thank you so much, and I will, I'm gonna see you.
Okay, hashtag 2_ Mike75 Instagram. LILMIKEKING, Lil Mike King on Snapchat. Follow your boy.
All right. Hey, look, that's another great show for Ronnie's Radio Show. Meet us again next Friday, 10 a.m. We're going to have another great show. Hey, tune in. You don't want to miss it. I love y'all. Peace out, Chicago.
Thanks for having me.